Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Life as a Chad YouTube channel. I thank all of you for being here, wherever you may be, and of course, however you may be listening. I'm going to dive right into it. By the way, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you guys can. I have the Cash App link in the description box. The U.S. women's soccer team lost in the round of 16 to Sweden in penalty kicks. Now, overall, it was an absolutely abysmal performance by the American women's soccer team. Now, right off the bat, I need to let you guys know that I, as a proud American, since I was this tall, and now I'm 6'1", I have loved watching and supporting American sports. When I was a little kid and the United States men's basketball team was competing in Greece, I would get up at 4 a.m. before school to watch the United States men's basketball team play against their opponent with my dad. The next Olympics, I believe it was in Australia, or it was either Beijing or Australia. I think it was Beijing. I got up, watched the games with my dad, and watched other sports. I would commonly stay up and watch not just the men's basketball team, but other sports as well. The bottom line is I have supported American sports my entire life and will continue to do so unless we have what we saw over the last 4 years with the women's soccer team. I was a huge fan of the women's soccer team. And what makes this even more tragic as a whole is, and this is why when feminism inevitably spirals out and men decide that enough is enough and feminism is no longer going to be a thing, because of course, feminism, Andrew Wilson from The Crucible always makes this argument. Feminism is only able to exist because men allow it to exist. But even if there was just 20% of men who rose up and said, no more, we're going back to this. And now it's the same way with democracy, anything. It's not just feminism. The bottom line is men dictate what worldview is predominant in society. Now, you can make the case that women strongly influence said men who perpetuate the system. But the bottom line is women will have nobody to blame but themselves when inevitably feminism spirals out. Because had they just been much more empathetic, graceful, and just flat out nice about the lot that they have been given by men, we would not see this strong pushback. And women's soccer is the perfect encapsulation of what I'm talking about here. Men are the primary viewers of said sport. It's not fucking women watching women's soccer. Now, you may have young girls who are playing sports and they play soccer who might be interested in women's soccer, but by and large, it's men. Because men enjoy sports. I have a sports YouTube channel, and just to show you how what I'm talking about here, 100% of my subscribers are men. Okay, men primarily care about sports. Women will watch it as entertainment every now and again, but they won't dive beneath the surface. So the very men that watch the sport, the U.S. women's soccer team bash them for the past 4 years. Not only that, but they have clamored for equal pay. There's the classic clip from Will Kane where he discusses that in the World Cup, essentially, the men, while they may get paid out a little bit more, the men's World Cup generates like almost double what the women's World Cup generates. And if you look at a percentage of the overall total of what each tournament generates, the women actually get a higher percentage of the actual total of what their World Cup generates than the men do. They've done that. They have not sang the national anthem. They have been terribly disrespectful to the very reason that they can even make a living from playing professional soccer is the USA on their chest. These other countries, Middle East, anywhere, hell, even other Western countries do not pay the same that America pays when it comes to this. And I would say, excuse me, I would say that this is a unique thing that exists only in America because of the love and adoration that American men have for sports. So if this was any other country, these women would not be paid what they're paid. And they spat on the very country that allows them to do that, to make and earn the living that they make. So I used to be, and check this article out, guys. Oh man, this is probably one of the most toxic women. Now, sadly, I think Megan Rapinoe is just an average modern woman, really. The arrogance. That's really what this is. The arrogance and the delusion. So look at this article, guys. Oh, wow. They got rid of it. Before it was right under this. Let me see if I can search it here. So I used to really enjoy when I drove a semi truck while I was finishing my master's degree, national anthem. I would make sure that I pulled up the women's soccer games, and I would dictate my route based off of when the women's soccer game was going to happen and watch the game either towards the tail end of my trip or completely at the end in the camper. So I was an absolutely massive fan of the women's soccer team. So this is actually an article by the Telegraph that I guess Yahoo Sports, see, I never understand that, how like CNN or Fox, or these other news entities can basically share and promote as their own, in a way, another story that was written and done by a totally different network. Yeah, this is totally done by the Telegraph, but I first saw it on Yahoo Sports News. So this, and I even tried to give, oh shoot, they won't even let me watch it. I even tried to give the women's soccer team another shot after all of this nonsense. I really did. But they just would not let up. And they are totally antithetical to everything that I believe in, that I hold dear and value. And I will never support the women's soccer team ever again until this is fixed. You know, you look at an article like this where it says Iran players didn't sing their national anthem at the World Cup. Here's why they refused. Well, that makes sense. It's fucking Iran. Okay? It's Iran. So them bowing out of the World Cup, I don't feel bad about at all. In fact, I expected this. I am not shocked. They have not given a damn purely about the results on the field in a while. And they've been able to just get away because of how far ahead and how much money is put into women's soccer versus other countries. They've been able to get away with that simply because of the resources that are devoted to women's soccer in America. But now that the rest of the world is starting to catch up, well, now they actually have to start paying attention. And of course, I did the video from the MVP, the woman who absolutely tore it up at 2 World Cups ago, Carly Lloyd, where she talked about how uncomfortable it was to be a part of that team and how the team, it was largely groupthink, and there was you were pressured to do and think a certain way. So I don't feel badly about this at all. The U.S. women's soccer team bowed out of the World Cup in the round of 16, losing to Sweden, largely having a terrible World Cup. And what's funny is they always say, how many times have you, this is the last thing I'll say, and we'll wrap this up here. How many times have you heard the women's soccer team say, well, we always do better than the men's side. We always do better than the men's side. Well, they didn't this time. The men's soccer team, in a much more difficult and competitive tournament at large, I believe they bowed out in the round of 16. They may have won one game. They may have advanced. They may have advanced past the round of 16. So they may have actually gone further. It's funny, every time I'm recording, it's never as easy as when I'm not recording to find what I'm looking for. But here it is. Huh. That is 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's only 8. Hold on. This is crazy, bro. All right, let's go back here. Round of 16, America lost to Netherlands. So they made it to the same. So how many times have you heard the women's side say, well, we always do better. The men's team doesn't even do as good as us. So anyways, this is a group, just to close this up in a nice little bow, this is a group of man-hating, country-hating, cocky, just very delusional women that don't understand a damn thing, haven't earned the revenue and the pay that they think that they are owed. They're arrogant, and that's pretty much that for me. I will not watch them again unless things change. And quite frankly, a lot of sports are heading that way. I know Jay Dyer talks about how for men, watching sports has become the new religion, and it's in a lot of ways it pacifies men's masculinity. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. And I think a lot of men watch the Women's World Cup partly as I did because of their love for country, but also I think there's a good portion of men that watch it for the same reason that they watch a female YouTube channel and things like that, because they're simping. So anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. DBAP, don't be a pussy willow, and facts over feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. I'll see you kings next time. Christ is king. Peace.